Well, good morning, guys. It is Sunday morning. It's 11 o'clock, actually, guys. And if you're just waking up and you think it's 10 o'clock, we set the clocks ahead an hour, guys. Hey, Bob Eccles here with PinePoint Realty, and welcome to the Sunday morning PinePoint Realty show. All right. Hey, let me go ahead and get things fired up here. Let me get my monitor up and running, make sure that we got a live feed going on here. And let me ask you, as you come on this morning, if you would just go ahead and identify yourselves and let me know who's with me and where you're at this morning, okay? As you notice, I'm flying solo this morning, all right? Zach's still feeling a little under the weather, and figured, hey, we didn't want to go 2 weeks without doing a show, guys. So made sure that I was here this morning. All right. I too last week was not feeling the best. I was out for 3 days, guys, just flat on my face, doing nothing but sleeping and just not feeling that great. So I appreciate you guys allowing us to take a week off last week. Feeling a lot better today. And we're looking for a great show. All right. So, hey, again, it's Sunday morning. It is indeed 11 o'clock, guys. Okay. So if you're thinking it's 10 o'clock and wow, Bob's on an hour early this morning, uh, yeah, well, it's not. It's 11 o'clock, guys. Okay. So you lost an hour already today. All right. So, hey, make sure that you get up, get yourself moving, get yourself going. Just realize you lost an hour today and just move on, guys. Okay. It is Sunday, thankfully. And probably a good thing that they do that, overnight into a Sunday morning. For those folks that just have a hard time getting used to that change. I know a lot of folks, it's a big controversy, actually. A lot of folks don't really think we should have daylight savings time. Kind of be curious to find out what you think. All right. So let me know in the comments if you think daylight savings time is a good thing or if you just think it's a really waste of time and we should just do away with it. Uh, my thought on the process is I don't mind the time frame that we change into this time of year. So I'm always confused as to is this daylight savings time or is the winter time the daylight savings time? Which one is the real time and which one's the made up time? All right, I always get confused with that. My personal feeling is that this time of year that we just changed today into going in through summer, giving us the most amount of light throughout the course of the day and into the evening is probably the one that makes the most sense. So if we do change back to anything, I think this is what we need to change back to what we're going into here from today forward. All right. Just my opinion. We welcome yours. Okay. So again, if you're with me, give me a shout out in the comments, guys. I appreciate to go ahead and know that somebody else is out here with me today. I know we get a lot of our views through the replays, and we really do appreciate you guys coming on board and actually watching the replay after the live show. We'd really enjoy it if you jumped on the live show too, because we really want to start getting the interaction with you guys live right here, on the feed each and every week. Okay, so yeah, do me a favor, join us live 11 o'clock Sunday morning, and we'll make sure it's worth your while. Okay. So once again, for those of you that may be joining us a couple minutes late, I'm flying solo this morning. It's just myself. Zach's not feeling well, so I told him to go ahead and just rest up, give it another week, and hopefully he'll be better next week, so he can join us back on the show again. All right, so guys, it's really been a fun week. I don't know about you guys, but I started off the week not feeling so great, kind of ending up not feeling well. I've had some back issues last couple weeks too, so that hasn't been helping matters out. But this week kind of started working in a positive way for me in this sense. Okay, I'm one that does not really care for winter much. Okay, I'm not a big winter fan. I'm born and raised here, guys. Okay, I get it. I should be used to it, right? I should be. I should really enjoy the winter, but I don't. I really don't. I don't really do much as far as winter sports. Never really have. I don't like the cold, and like most of you, don't really like cleaning it up either. So, not a major fan of winter. I would certainly prefer the summertime. So, you ask, why do you live here in Maine? Well, like most of us, we live here and endure with these 7, 8 months of unruly weather. I'll put it that way. It's a morning family show. Uh, you know, we want to make sure that that we roll into this nice, beautiful weather, and I think we might actually be starting to turn the tide. Matter of fact, if you guys have watched the news, it's actually going to wind up being a really nice week this week. So even though we're going to get some rain, okay, but the temperatures are going to be right up there. We should get rid of most of this winter melt, and cross our fingers, guys. Okay, maybe we might not have another storm to go ahead and dump on top to have to clean up. Okay, so yeah, so it started off great this week with all this meltage that really always puts a smile on my face. I'm looking forward to getting all of this snow gone here, like really quick. I'm looking forward to spring, guys. Okay, and I know around here it's not called spring; it's called mud season, which goes on for a lot longer than we'd all like. But hey, it is what it is. But so let's get going with the Sunday morning show. Okay, so one of the things that and I realizing that I've been on this screen here all along just goes to show when you're doing things by yourself, sometimes you don't get it right. Okay. Instead of being on the welcome screen, I've been on one of my training screens. Okay, one of the ones I wanted to go over with you about. So if you've been looking at that map and kind of wondering what the heck is that, I'm going to go over it in just a minute. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. That's what happens, like I said, when you're just all by yourself on the show and try to push all the buttons. But anyway, that's okay. What the heck is it? Okay, well, that's just me, the captions. Okay. I was wondering what the words on there were. All of a sudden realizing we got captions going on too. But anyway, guys, let's go ahead and get into the first part of the show. So the first thing I wanted to get into is actually real quick, a little side note, but not too far side. One of the things that I realized this morning on a news story that I heard was that we last week actually realized the 7 weeks in a row, guys, of interest rates going down. Okay. So that's a great thing. I mean, 7 weeks in a row is a big thing to see. I mean, we usually see the up and down, and thankfully seeing things come down, really boding well for the market coming into the spring here. Okay. So again, are they down to 3 or 4%? No, they're not, and they're not probably ever going to get there again, guys, honestly. Okay. These 6 to 8% interest rates are traditionally the historical norm. So when you see things getting down into like the mid sixes, which is about what they were this past week, it starts getting exciting because we're starting to get down towards that lower end of the historical norm. Okay, so if we can keep pushing and keep getting the economy working in the right direction, start getting some more inventory, we're starting to see a little bit of that too. A little bit more inventory. Is it where it needs to be? No. But hey, it's starting to pick up a little bit. Okay, so that is one of the great things that is starting to go on this year. And I think 2025 is going to be an amazing year for real estate, guys. Okay, I really do. I think we're going to see a lot more people opening up and putting their homes on the market. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and go in and take a look at a slide here that talks just a little bit about that. Okay, so basically, what's happening here is that a record number of buyers are planning on moving here in 2025. And the quick question I always ask is, are you? Okay. And if you're thinking about it, this actually might be some interesting information for you. Because according to NerdWallet survey, 15% of the people are basically planning on buying a home this year. So that's actually a record high. And as you notice on the graph here, generally speaking, it usually runs between 9 and 11% since 2020. So you're running, upwards of 15% or higher is really a big deal. This recent increase shows that buyer demand hasn't disappeared. If anything, it indicates there's a pent-up demand ready to come back to the market. Okay. Now, that doesn't mean that the floodgates are going to open up and that there's going to be a huge wave of buyers like we saw a few years ago. But this does signal there'll be more activity this year than there was last. Okay. At least some of the buyers who put their plans on hold over the last few years will jump back in. Now, whether they're feeling comfortable or confident about moving, uh, who knows? Okay. But they've saved up enough to buy and they simply can't wait any longer. This is the year that they're aiming to go ahead and take that plunge. Okay, so we're looking forward to a lot more folks entering the market. And according to that same NerdWallet survey, more than half, or 54% of the potential buyers, have already started looking at homes right now online. Okay, now that's a good indicator that a number of these buyers will be looking during the peak home buying season this spring. So if you find the right agent to make sure your house is prepped, priced, and marketed, well, I think you might just be able to get in front of them. Okay. So, hey, like Zach often says, talk is free. So if you are thinking about selling, this might be a good time to go ahead and give us a call. Let us talk. Let's talk about the potential of putting your home on the market and what that might mean to you. It may or may not be the right time, but you know what? You never know unless you get an opportunity to go ahead and sit down and talk with someone that may know a little bit more about the market. Okay, so a couple of really exciting things, guys. Again, more buyers coming to the market this year than they have been. A lot of people have been holding off. Heard a lot of that last year. Saw a lot of people starting and then kind of stopping and putting things on hold for a while. So I think with the election, without getting political, I think with the election behind us, I think with some changes being made, people realizing that this is what we're in for the next 4 years, like it or leave, or not. Okay, that we need to go ahead and move forward, and I think we're starting to realize that and starting to do that, and we're actually going to see some benefit from that. Okay, all right, so yeah, so that's an exciting thing. So now, another thing that I heard on the news this morning. Let me just come up on full screen again. One of the things I heard this morning, in addition to the interest rates, was that over the last 5 years, Maine is actually the highest, number one in the entire country as far as price increases over the last 5 years. We beat out every other state in the country, guys. Okay. So that's good and bad. Okay. I mean, obviously prices are up there. They're not going to come down, anytime soon, if at all. So they're up there. We can't do much about that. But on the flip side, if you're selling, you actually have some great things going on for you. As a matter of fact, let me bring up this chart that talks a little bit more about that. Okay, over the last 5 years, the national average of price increases has been about 57.1%. Now, if you look through all the states, and you'll notice that the darker blues are the ones with the highest ones, lighter blues with the lower ones. Maine actually shows right there in that dark blue. And if you can go ahead and zoom into that number enough, you'll find that number is 78.5%. 78.5% increase in prices over the last 5 years, guys. Okay. Now that's what a national average of 57.1. So we have seen some major price increases here in the state of Maine. And Zach and I have been going over the last few weeks here and there when we showed the market reports. They're continuing to increase. So I get the question a lot. Are you seeing more foreclosures? Are you seeing the market gonna crash anytime soon? I don't, guys. I really don't. As things get going, as the market gets going, I think we're actually going to see ourselves in a much better place than we've seen in many years. So, That's my optimistic outlook on this thing, guys. Okay, I really honestly feel that we've got a good 2025 coming toward us. I really think we get a lot of great things going on. So, what does that mean to you as a potential buyer? Now, we talked a little bit about selling. If you're thinking about selling, now is the time to go ahead and call your agent and go ahead and talk to them. I'd like to be that agent. Zach would love to be that agent. Any of us here at PinePoint Realty would love to be that agent. So, give us a call. Like Zach says, talk is free. We'd love to talk to you about that possibility and what it would take to get your home on the market, and if it even makes sense for you. Okay. On the flip side, are you thinking about buying a house this year? Because if you are, I think that things are boding well for you as well. Okay. Now, prices are what they are. Okay. We're not going to really do a whole lot about those. Okay. The market is what it is. It's going to continue to go ahead and see price increases until we start seeing inventory rising drastically. I don't think we're going to see that anytime soon in that sense. But with more homes coming on the market and interest rates coming down, it now puts a lot of folks in a position to be able to have a much better buying power than what they have had over the last few years and be able to get into that home that they may have thought might not have been that realistic. As a matter of fact, when we talk about being a first-time home buyer, for instance, you're really really the decision you're making in a lot of those situations are, do I want to go ahead and continue to pay somebody else a monthly rent that goes into their pocket and ultimately the equity of their home or multi-family dwelling and in their pocket? Or would you like to go ahead and actually own your own home and start building the equity and put those dollars into your pocket? Okay. It really, I hate to oversimplify anything. Okay. But honestly, folks, it really boils down to that. How much is it going to cost you to go ahead and buy a house versus how much is it going to cost you to continue renting? And the nice thing about that is that with buying a house, you have a fixed cost. Okay, you borrow the money at a fixed interest rate for a set period of time. Your monthly payment is set, with the exception of maybe your taxes, your insurance going up. That monthly payment's not going to change. Okay. However, as we all know, those of us that have rented for long enough all know rent goes up each and every year, whether you like it or not, whether you can afford it or not. Okay. Let's have that conversation about what might make more sense to you and how that might benefit you going forward. Okay. All right. So that's where we're at with that piece. Let me get back to the main screen here, guys. All right. So we've got a couple of really cool things coming up here over the next few weeks. Let's see. Next weekend, obviously, we'll be here at 11 o'clock. All right here on the PinePoint Sunday Morning Show. Hopefully Zach will be back joining me. Hopefully he'll be feeling better by then. We'll be looking forward to bringing you interesting items to talk about and think about for the following week each and every Sunday. Okay, so we're going to continue bringing that to you on a regular basis. The Sunday following, we'll have our Sunday show again, but we'll actually be live from the Auburn Home Show. Okay, the Auburn Home Show is going to be at the Norway Savings Bank Arena, and it's going to be held Saturday and Sunday. So not next weekend, but the weekend following. I think that falls. Let me just pull up a calendar here real quick. I think that falls, the 22nd and 23rd of this month. So we'll be at the Auburn Home Show at the Norway Savings Bank Arena, and we'll be there wanting to talk to you, wanting to go ahead and see you, wanting to go ahead and enter you into our prize giveaway. Okay, we got a great giveaway, and I think we'll talk a little bit more about that next weekend. Maybe even have it on so you can get take a look at it, check it out. Right? Okay. So anyway, again, we're going to be at the Auburn Home Show. come on out and see us, guys. We're going to have all kinds of drawings. We're going to be doing a live show there right from the Norway Savings Bank Arena. A lot of vendors there, so a lot of great things. If you're thinking about owning a home, or if you maybe even possibly own a home currently, a lot of great things to look out for. We'll be there as PinePoint Realty, obviously, but we'll also be there representing Ward Cedar Log Homes. So if you ever thought about buying a Cedar Log home, come on down and talk to us about that as well. Okay, so some exciting things coming up, guys, and I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to this coming week. All right. So this looks a little bit shorter today than our normal half-hour show, but guys, I want to let you know that we really appreciate you coming in and stopping in and watching each and every Sunday morning. Okay. Really appreciate you doing that. Again, stop by every Sunday morning at 11 a.m. right here. Okay. So we can go ahead and have this ongoing conversation about the real estate world. Okay, guys, really enjoy doing this. Really enjoy providing information back to you. So get your friends and family on here. All right. And next week, I think we're actually going to do a drawing, if I recall properly. So I think Zach said that properly. I'll tell you what, if he doesn't do one, I'll do one. All right. So anyway, guys, that's it for today. As we always say, talk is free. Until next time, expect an amazing day.